It's Phil Lindemann with your Krystal 93 News at 4. Emerging details today on the Team Summit coach accused of sexually assaulting a preteen in Taos. Family attorneys confirmed the crimes were against a 9-year-old boy on Team Summit. The suspect, a 48-year-old man from Frisco, was arrested in Taos and immediately fired by the team. He is charged with 2 felonies. We've chosen not to identify the coach, pending a plea. The Lil Smokies have abruptly canceled their spring tour. 3 Colorado shows will be their last, including tomorrow in Frisco. The Missoula band confirms frontman Andy Dunnigan will not be on stage at 10 Mile Music Hall. He's dealing with health issues. On Facebook, they write, "While the path ahead remains uncertain, we remain steadfast in our commitment to our musical journey and fans." The Lil Smokies' new album drops on Saturday. Democrats are beginning to dismantle TABOR, the Taxpayer Bill of Rights. They have introduced legislation claiming it is unconstitutional and should be overturned by the courts. Speaker of the House Julie McCluskey from Summit has been vocal about TABOR reform in the face of a $1 billion deficit.
A TABOR spending cap significantly limits the amount of money we can put into programs like Medicaid and other safety net services for vulnerable people in this state.
County Commissioner Tamara Pogue also wants TABOR reform, but she is leery about doing this with no voter input.
In my mind, it actually really removed local control. It removed a lot of the ability that our local voters have to make those decisions.
TABOR lets the public vote on all tax changes and limits how much the state keeps. Colorado is the only state with TABOR laws. 29 others have rejected them, some repeatedly. Summit County gets creative with TABOR limits by asking voters to approve new taxes for things we hold dear. The Strong Futures Fund from 2018 has guaranteed $75 million for mental health, wildfire, facilities, recycling, and early childhood education. All 5 are about to get more expensive. Costs are up 28% for those programs. Tax revenues up less than 1%. This week on the State of Summit, Margaret Bowes of the I-70 Coalition is stepping down after 18 years, including 10 years as director.
The coalition allows 30 members to speak with one voice.
To this day, she says one question keeps coming up.
Why can't we just fix I-70 is a common one?
Her answer?
It's too many cars on a highway that's constrained by geography.
And the mountains are not getting any less popular.
There's population growth anticipated on the Front Range, so the number of vehicles isn't expected to decrease that much.
One solution, mass transit. Bowes and the coalition lobbied for bus staying and snow staying.
We now have about 15 round trips every day running between Denver and the mountains.
They also helped shape the I-70 Mountain Express lanes. And the work did not end with construction.
The agreement was that any toll revenue that was generated from those lanes would be reinvested on the mountain corridor. And there have been attempts recently to move some of that revenue to needs elsewhere in the state. And the coalition has been successful in ensuring that that hasn't happened and that those dollars do stay on the mountain corridor.
Bowes is staying right here in Summit, where she will still serve as executive for the Colorado Association of Ski Towns. Tune in again next week for the State of Summit on Krystal 93. In sports, the Avalanche play the Blackhawks today, the Nuggets have the Spurs, the Rockies play the Phillies. And in local sports, Summit High Baseball plays Battle Mountain and Edwards today, girls soccer's at Bear Creek. Phil Lindemann, Krystal 93 News.